What's up guys, I'm Koda Kammer, and in today's video I'm going to be going over how I balance school, fitness, social media, having a social life in college, and everything else. And then I'll also be going over some productivity tips that have helped me be productive and that can help you be as successful as possible in everything that you do. Alright, so to get started, I would say last year, which was my first year in college, I definitely wasn't as good at balancing like my life and mental health and everything as I am now. Not to say that I do it perfectly now, but I've definitely improved and found some ways that have helped me balance everything, especially now that I've become way busier than I was even last year. So first things is that I am a full-time college student, so that means I'm an exercise science major along with a business minor. So I have a full schedule of classes and I'm constantly studying, getting things done. And so that takes up a lot of my time and is definitely a big priority of mine, because I'm in school. And then also making these YouTube videos takes quite a long time, especially planning the YouTube video and thinking of an idea and then going on to film it and edit it later on and promote it on socials and stuff like that. It definitely adds up in time, and these videos take a little bit of a long time to produce, to be honest. And then as well as keeping up with all my social medias like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything, that actually takes a lot more time than I expected initially. Now too, replying to DMs and comments and networking and creating content, thinking of ideas, editing, taking pictures, planning stuff. That takes up a fair amount of time as well. And then actually getting in the gym and getting a a 1.5 hour, maybe 2 hour lift in every single day or 6 days a week at least definitely takes time as well. And it's kind of like a social aspect too. Because you're talking with your buddies, maybe you're getting a lift in with one of your friends too, or you see people at the gym, talk for a while, so that can definitely take up time as well. So you definitely need to be able to manage time for that, because that's one of the most important aspects of my life personally, and it's just super important for everything, especially my mental health and just everything that I'm doing now. So that's something I definitely have worked to fit in my schedule every single day. And then as well as eating. I don't cook. I will be cooking next year when I live in an apartment, but as of this year I eat at the dining hall. But definitely going to get food, waiting in lines, actually eating, consuming, and finding times for that kind of stuff, especially because I eat a lot on this bulk, or I've eaten a lot, definitely takes time as well, and you have to manage that and plan your day accordingly through when you eat and stuff. And then as well as I am a college student, so I do want to spend some time with friends and maybe go out a few times on the weekend or something like that. So that can be kind of hard to fit in, especially when you're super busy. And then on top of that, I also work, not that often, but 2 times a week I do some personal training at the gym, so I definitely have to find time to plan that accordingly. Alright, so now that I've talked about kind of everything that I have personally going on, I'm gonna go into the productivity hacks and talk about the things that I use to balance everything that's going on in my life, how I fit everything into a super busy schedule, and being a full-time college student, as well as having somewhat of a social life, pursuing all this fitness stuff on social media and just working out and being healthy in general. So the main thing that's helped me is definitely scheduling every single one of my days. So in the morning after I wake up and do my morning routine, I will sit down and write down everything that I have to get done for that day on a sticky note, and I'll stick that on my laptop. And then while I'm going throughout my day, I'll either cross it off or check mark it, and just to make sure I'm getting it done. And you could do that on your phone as well, but I really like just the action of crossing it off, or saying that you're done with it. And that helps get your day ready and get your mindset ready to focus and be productive, especially doing it in the morning. And it also helps you keep track of everything that you have to get done, so you're not having it all in your head, which I did last year, and that actually ended up causing me a lot of anxiety, especially with a busy schedule and you've so many different aspects of life going on that it's really hard to keep track of everything and making sure that you're doing everything. And then through scheduling in the morning, personally, I can find time where I'll to finish assignments. Let's say if they're due in 2 days, I will set that as a high priority to get that done, or to study for this exam that I have at the end of the week. So that will be high on the priority list, so I'll write that down, and then I can see from there if I have time to film a YouTube video or edit a video or film some TikToks or get a montage in at the gym or get some clips in, or also edit an Instagram picture, plan out video ideas, respond to DMs, stuff like that, so I can see if I have time or where I have time to fit that into my daily schedule. And then another thing that really helped me is just always trying to be as productive as possible, and simply just thinking to yourself, okay, what could I be doing to get something done right now or to be productive? And that will help you put you in the right mindset, number one. And number two, just make sure you're getting something done every moment of the day. And so when you go to bed at night, you can be like, okay, that was a very productive day, did everything that I had to do. Or even if you didn't finish something, you at least know that you have that to do the next day. And especially if you deal with a lot of it like anxiety or stress, writing stuff down in the mornings and planning out your days will really help with that, so you don't have to have everything in your head and your head spinning, especially when you're trying to focus on assignments to get done or responding to people that want something from you. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that like on YouTube or TikTok, a lot of the time you see people saying like, oh, to be productive you have to wake up at like 4:30 a.m. and then go for a run and then do this and do that. With all honesty, like you can have a super busy schedule of like jam-packed stuff to get done during the day, but you really don't have to be doing that, especially like obviously you can only work for so long, and if you're waking up that early, you're probably going to bed earlier too, and you're not getting as much stuff done then, and you're gonna just be more tired throughout the day. So honestly, I wake up at like 8:30 or close to 9 sometimes before my classes, and as long as I get some little tasks done during that time or right after I wake up, I'll kind of get in the zone, be able to focus more, and then you be productive from there. And you find that you can really just get everything that you need to get done without having to, wake up 10 hours earlier or something. And then another thing that I personally found was that working out kind of became like a break in the day, like either a way to like break up my day, so I'll put it in between, two things that I have to get done that I might need to break between. Or it's just a nice kind of like rest, if you want to call it. I know you're working out, but it's like a rest for your mind. And it's just kind of a nice break. You can talk to people, have a little bit of social time while you're lifting. And yeah, I found that to be a really nice aspect of it. But yeah, so I kind of view my daily workouts as a break within the day, or unless I have to film content for TikTok or YouTube, then I'm obviously focusing on that and like the clips I need to get and the angles and kind of thinking about what I need to be filming. And then another tip I wanted to mention that's really important is prioritizing. So let's say I mentioned this before, but you have an assignment or an exam to study for in like 2 days or something. Prioritize that, put that kind of at the top of your list. Be like, okay, I need to get that done today before a little smaller task or something else that you need to get done. And that will help you kind of stay on the plan and get things done accordingly. And stay up to date with the things that you have going on and the things that you have to be getting done. And then actually another thing that I wanted to add that I find personally helpful, it might seem annoying at first, but is tracking your macros. And obviously it's really important if you're bulking or cutting to be tracking all of your food and macros, but it actually helps me kind of plan out the food I'm gonna eat that day, and then keep track of what I've eaten so far, so I don't have to think about it all in my head or be writing it down and stuff like that. And obviously I use my MyFitnessPal. I've talked about it before, but it kind of puts everything and organizes everything and tells you how many calories you've eaten and the macros and stuff like that. And that I found has helped me balance the food aspect of my life, because I'm constantly eating, so I don't want to be thinking about okay, how many calories have I eaten today? How many grams of protein? And that's just another thing that has helped me kind of not stress about that part. But with all that being said, even if you're living a super busy kind of life, or just in the past few months, I've just been super busy, especially in school and doing all this kind of social media stuff and fitness and whatnot and everything else I mentioned, you have to find time for yourself. And it is definitely okay to take breaks within the day, or go out with your friends on the weekends and stuff like that. You just have to think about or understand your own priorities and what you actually enjoy doing and what you like doing, and then what you also just need to be getting done and what's necessary. But that basically sums up all the tips that I kind of either learned or I'm doing to balance everything that's going on in my life and trying to be as productive as possible. So I hope that helps some of you guys out there, and I hope maybe if not that, if at least it was interesting to kind of get an insight into what my life looks like and what I do on a daily basis. And one last thing I wanted to mention before I sign off is that I wanted to get your guys' opinion. I was thinking about maybe doing more, not solely, but more vlog style content over the summer, like, you know, just like eating and like, you know, traveling and lifting and stuff like that. Kind of more casual videos, and I was wondering if you guys would be interested in that, because I kind of wanted to film maybe 3 videos a week during the summertime, because I will have more time to be focusing on that aspect. So I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on that and whether you'd be interested in that. But yeah, that basically sums it up. I hope you found this helpful or entertaining, and I will see you in the next one.